Hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons. I do want to get, I think, a little sense. Of course, I could be more hassling to find the box. Well, maybe not. You know, sometimes you have a lot of energy, and other times you're kind of on a different type of cadence. And I think early in the morning, you know, those Steppenwolf hours, you move differently. Where I am right now, it is almost 2:40 a.m. (2:40 a.m.) and where everything is normally so loud where I am. Not loud enough in the daytime. It's quiet right now. One could say this is the quietest time of the day in the Steppenwolf hours. It's like, that smells. I'm not going to put it near us exactly. She's watching me. She's like, are you going to put this near me? No, I'm not. She says, oh, that's too close. It's okay, honey. I'll move it. It's okay. She must have believed me. She said, oh, yes, you're not going to inundate me with incense. So, yes, this is a reading for Cancer. Cancer. I was going to do moon messages. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. We have just about concluded the last full moon of the year, the cold full moon in Gemini. But rather than do moon messages right now, I thought, let me do a few more zodiacs. I got a lucky cat nail right there. Anyway, a little crescent moon. Hello. Yes, Cancer, let's go and see what is in the Cancerian collective. What kind of message can be shared for Cancer? Anyone with significant Cancer energy, that could be Cancer sun, moon, rising. It could be Cancer in your personal houses, maybe some aspect of your life and in your chart. It's influenced by Cancerian energy. And it's interesting when you think about, you can look at your planets, you can consider your houses, you can even consider the degrees in which your houses or planets are in. And then there could be a whole other layer of energy onto your planet, your house, and so forth. Anyway, in other words, there's many different ways you could have that cancerian energy sandwiched in your chart, even on aspects that you wouldn't even think are related to that. So let's go and check out a message for Cancer. Ten of Wands, Two of Wands. A lot on your plate, Cancer. Also in this energy, a lot of people are depending on you. A lot of people rely on you. A lot of burden and responsibility is on you. Thank you for the likes. They see you as capable, Cancer. Very strong Aries energy coming up here. You can think about the qualities of Aries, especially in this energy. Leadership. Also, too, able to go and take direction, to go and finish things out when not many can. And Cancer, this Ten of Wands. People come to you to finish out what they cannot do. Either they're not capable of it or capable of it. I wouldn't say necessarily it's a want or not. This is capability. Probably too capacity. And so Cancer, a lot of burden is put on you, not just to carry things out, but also to initiate, to get things done. Of course, in this energy, Cancer, all fire. Look at that, all fire. In this energy, you have to make sure that not only are you doing whatever responsibilities you signed up for, but also, Cancer, where do you sit in this energy? What advances, Cancer, are you pushing for yourself as opposed to, Cancer, just adapting to other people's needs? Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands gets an Ace of Coin. Two of Cups. And Six of Cups. Well, a couple things are going on here, Cancer. First of all, it seems like overall you've had either a quiet time of it, not really that social. Maybe you got burnt out by the people who you were dealing with to begin with. There's that possibility in this energy. But there's a regrouping here, a withdrawal. Now, whether that is just simply you living life on a quieter scale, not really that much social interaction as opposed to before. Could also be in this energy, you really being so inclined to put yourself out there, especially with people or situations that you don't align with. And so, Cancer, we have Ace of Coin, Two of Vessels, that's Cancerian energy, Two of Cups, and Six of Vessels. Energies coming up here, Cancer, Virgo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Capricorn. You know, the first message I'm getting here, Cancer, is something that you dealt with before is not quite over with yet. Or someone at least is going to go and knock on your door, and literally or figuratively, He's going to go and strive for your attention and try and reconnect. There's reconnection here. Not really so much new connections, unless they come from people, mutual acquaintances. Someone who you distanced yourself from is approaching. If I was to say a few more energies, well, we have some Aquarius energy. Just curious what's behind there. One more time. Well, we have some strong Scorpio, strong Aquarius. We have some Taurus, Libra energy in addition to the other ones that were mentioned. Let's find out more. You know, it's also in this energy, I'm going to say to Cancer, especially as this is a vibration of 10, we could take it down to 1. An ace of coin is also a vibration of 1. You know, 6 and 2s relate to partnership and balance. Just if we would start to look at some of the numerical values that are here before we start digging down. The issue is people reconnecting with you from the past, but also under a 10 of Wands. You yourself, Cancer, could have that door completely closed. Whole new phase. Everything that did not serve your purpose before, everything that became too burdensome to deal with, and yet you still, Cancer, cared. All that could be shed too in this energy. But let's find out more. Let's look at 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Get some more Scorpio energy with 5 of Cups. 10 of Swords. Well, we see where that's going. Hangman. Someone still holding on, Cancer. Someone who you haven't seen for a while. Also, too, you know, in this energy, it could be many people. The energy of many people like leeches, Cancer, energetically reaching out to you as they think about you, Cancer. Little fireflies of energy buzzing around you, haunting you. You definitely have people here, Cancer, who you know you're better off without. And in this energy, you were probably the first to close the door. Or maybe someone, Cancer, who cared for you, likewise could have closed that door for you. But all I can say is that the connections made in the past, the connections that definitely were negative, or negative people, same thing, they're holding on any way and all ways they can, Cancer. They pull on your energy, Cancer. Even just the thought, as I said, fireflies buzzing around you. So Leo will come. Did I already do Leo? I did Aries. I'll do all 12 zodiac updates within the next couple days. But for this one, it's just going to be for the Cancerian collective. If you may have a Cancer somewhere else in your chart, maybe your rising, maybe your moon. Maybe you have 3 planets or 3 houses or more in Cancer. Maybe you have a Cancer Jupiter. Maybe whatever planets connected to Cancer in your chart, if you have it. Maybe that could be really powerfully aspected in your chart. There's a couple different ways that energy can come up. Maybe it's your signature sign. Signature sign energy is an interesting thing to find out as well. So, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. We have 8 of Wands. 4 of Swords. And Judgment. Well, this energy is a little bit like pulling you in like a fishing rod. Bottom of the deck energy. 3 of Wands, 9 of Swords, King of Pentacle energy. Someone sees you as valued. We already said that someone too in this energy, or a bunch of people. Definitely could be more than one in this energy. Feels like more than one. Feels like a group. Not exactly the same type of people, but the same type of obvious resolution that you need to go your way and they go theirs. But they still are committed to you. They still want to interact. They still want to see what can they do to get in touch again, to at least become a topic of interaction, a portal of interaction. Anyway, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups gets 8 of Wands, 4 of Swords, and Judgment. In this energy, Cancer, I don't know if you in the past year yourself, I would say anywhere from a couple of months, not really weeks, it feels like a couple months or longer. If you yourself have opened up doors for whatever reason to past people, or if past people have been coming up to you. I actually like these cards because they remind me of my cat. Little calico colors. She's like, this is my seat. Is it your seat, little girl? She says, it's my seat. We're going to move this over a little bit. There you go. And we'll go off to the side. We'll go off here. We can do that. I don't know how exactly this turned into her day bed, but somehow this table has turned into that. Okay. So in this energy, Cancer, you yourself could have reached out to, it's definitely reconnecting with people who you haven't dealt with in a while, and also making final opinions. Whatever sort of hamster wheel connections that could draw you back to people that the door was previously closed to for good reason. I don't really see those doors or those openings being offered again. But this is reconnecting with, or having the opportunity to reconnect with prior people, prior situations. And, of course, the choice is yours whether or not you want to engage with it. But also, too, in this energy, Cancer, think about, I don't like to use the word necessarily because I think it kind of gets overused and then it kind of gets oversaturated and gets simplified. But I do think that we have connections other than right now in real life. I do think that we have past life connections. I do think we have red thread connections. I do think we have karmic connections, but almost in the fact that our touch points with people are more than just in this reality. I mean, think about it too. With CERN, for instance, we know that in physics, modern day physics, we know that there are more realities than the one that we're dealing with right now. We know that. And it's only constantly being explored and also too publicized, those findings, more and more. My point is, I feel like this whole reading is really about those touch points and interconnections of people who you have ties with. They could be ties because of family by blood. They could be people who perhaps you shared blood ties with in a previous life. Maybe you don't believe in previous lives. Maybe Cancer, these are people who are literally on the same vibration that you are. However you want to categorize that vibration, a vibration numerically, a vibration of interest, a vibration of light. Anyway, there's many different ways I feel that we align with people and people gravitate towards us. We have ties that are being formed, that have been formed, are being formed, and will continue to be formed. And not necessarily with the same groups of people. And the energy that I have right now is that there is a group of people, and I'm not saying in this Ten of Wands energy that these are people who you've been dealing with or thinking about even in the past year, but I want to go and say the people who have been either weighing on your mind through your life up to now, or the people whose actions have resulted in where you are right now, where you are, who you are, what you're doing, how you think, how you perceive, what makes you comfortable, what puts you on guard. You know, there are people and situations that are responsible, whether childhood, adulthood, so forth, that impart that. And I think like all those, that whole saga that forms the story of you and the people that played the characters in that saga. Those are the people, Cancer, that if you want, you can go and close the book on that, close the chapter on those people having any more of a narrative in the next pages of your life to come. Likewise, Cancer, you can also still go and give those people who have been on your mind or in your life more space by allowing them more room. You can deal with them. You can really shut them out forever. But they are coming back like a hamster wheel in some way or another to interact. And that interaction too, Cancer, could be just the resolution you need to finally say, I don't need this. Hello. So Ace of Cups, Ace of Coin. Thank you for the likes. So Ace of Coin. Ace of Pentacles. I have Justice. Nurturer. And Nine of Swords. Could have sworn I shuffled those, but I guess not that well for Tower and King of Pentacles to come up again, paired next to each other. Three of Coin, Five of Wands. A little bit of mismatch energy here as you collaborate, but well, it's mismatch energy. 5 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of coin with the Tower. Not necessarily bad energy, but working out differences, working with differences with others. How do you establish success in that? And what kind of views do you have that you yourself would see as success? That's essentially the bottom of the deck energy here. And what I have here with Justice, Empress, and Nine of Swords, I actually read Empress, by the way, as that's one of the energies that seesaws for me between Taurus energy and Cancerian. I feel both from that card. And, well, first of all, Cancer, know that you do have a very powerful presence. And also, too, in this energy, you have more agency or more presence, more influence than perhaps you're aware of or you're utilizing. You can come out much stronger and much harder than you are. You could, in this energy, Cancer, come out way stronger, especially for what you've been through, and you can leave a much more deeper footprint than you are. But, ultimately, Cancer, it's up to you on how you want to proceed. That's basically all this Ace of Pentacles energy is. Agency, Cancer, is in your hands. What you accept, what you won't accept, Cancer, is what forms the whole basis of everything. Cancer, start setting boundaries if you haven't already, or double up on those boundaries if you want things to be a certain way. Cancer, in this energy with 10 of Wands, a couple things are going on right now in December's energy. The first thing is, Cancer, you really can lay to rest everything you've dealt with before, everything that's burdened you before, everyone, Cancer, that's burdened you before. I'm not going to pull any more because I do want to do one more reading after this for another collective, but I would be curious with this 10 of Wands, how this 10 of Wands expands. Because again, a 10 is an ending. It's the end of a situation, but then it goes down numerically to 1, a new beginning. And this is a new beginning, Cancer, about who you allow to put weight on you, whose responsibilities, or who do you care about, who still has sway to make impact on you. Maybe that's not the smoothest way of putting it, but I think you get the idea. Right now, Cancer, you can really cut out a whole bunch of unpleasantness that has followed you from day one. And Cancer too, which is interesting about this energy, and by not feeding, not speaking, not dealing with those people that you know are not good. Cancer is not only like you're just ending it for right now, but you're also cutting out certain touch points and connections that could follow you into other realities. I don't know if that's down the line. I don't know if these are people who, like, their people could connect with your people and you could run into them again like 5 years from now, or another life from now, whatever it may be. Both of you may grow up to be like two weeds on a city block and growing right next to each other, right? Whatever sort of karmic flukes that keep on bringing you to interact with people in a variety of ways, but still ways that would affect you and still ways that get under your skin. You can end that. That can be over for good. And also what I have here, Cancer, is you can claim a lot more space than you are right now. In this 10 of Wands energy, I leave that up to you to whether that means, Cancer, you have to come down harder or you just have to start letting things go. Could be either or in this energy, depending on what kind of person you are, Cancer. If you come down harder, Cancer, come down harder on what you will and won't accept. What do you want, Cancer? How often are you vocalizing what you want to the people who need to hear it? How often have you been vocalizing what you want to the people who need to hear it so far over the past 11 months? And likewise, as I said, with a lighter touch could simply be, Cancer, how relevant, Cancer, is it for you to still keep in touch or engage or interact with people who provide more stress than they're worth? Things to think about, Cancer. Hello. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, everybody. Pisces. Well, I could do a Pisces reading. I'll do Pisces after I finish this one, which I'm done. So we'll go, I was trying to go around, switch around with the elements. Let's see, what time is it right now? 3 a.m. Well, I could do a Leo. I think I saw somebody who was saying a Leo. But I could do Pisces. We'll do Pisces. So catch me on the next live. I'll do it. I'll set it up in a few minutes. But thank you, everybody, for the likes. And yes, it's for Cancer. Thank you for joining. Well, Cancer, definitely give me a like if you appreciate my time. And let me know your thoughts if you feel like sharing. Sending lots of love. Bye-bye.